Dear Diary, everything has changed, and I feel like I say this an awful lot, but everything changed the day I discovered magic. Everything changed the day I came to Skyrim. Everything changed the day I killed a dragon. Everything changed the day that Lydia died. Everything changed the day Sophia arrived. Not really sure why she did, but she did. And everything's changed again because the Greybeards are led by a dragon? Makes me question everything I thought that I knew. And makes me question everything that is still to come. And we are in the hunt for an Elder Scroll. Or an Elder Stroll. Guess that's rather than just being a brisk walk for my father. We are in search for a piece of time itself. But I'm feeling daring. I'm feeling like I want to push the limits of my power. I have a shout that will allow me to become ethereal. While I am ethereal, I cannot be seen, touched, smelt, heard, nothing. Not by creature, not by nature. This includes gravity. So what do you think, my friends? Come with me.
Fire!
And jump.
Yeah! Ah!
The life of a dragonborn. Stuck out in the middle of nowhere with the crazy chick. Yep, that's you, Sophia. And the power of nature will bend to my whim. It's weird, but it's true. And now we have to return back to a place that it feels like I haven't been to in a while. The College of Winterhold. Where the librarian has books and records on just about everything. If not everything. Wait. Stormcloak or Imperial? Stormcloak. The Stormcloaks killed Lydia. The Stormcloaks believe the prejudice and racism is the future of Skyrim. I disrespectfully disagree. So let's tell them. Excuse me. I disagree with your philosophy. And I have all sorts of things that I can tell you. About dragons. About the magic. About life. The most important thing you guys need to know is this. Civil war will only end on my terms. And it will end with the head of Ulfric Stormcloak. Murderer, the High King of Skyrim, and causer of all the pain and destruction. It stands before us now. As always, Whiterun is to the left. Mixwater to our right. We travel to Winterhold, the college. We could walk. It's cheaper to walk. Huh. But Whiterun beckons. Our home. Sorry, Lydia. Called you Lydia again. I'm so sorry, Sophia. I know it's a really bad thing to call out the wrong name, but let's face it, this was only calling out the wrong name while we were casting spells, eh? Oh, so you don't like it when I make the smutty jokes? Ooh. I just didn't touch a sore spot, did I? And no, that wasn't another joke. You know, sometimes I think I'm really good at hunting animals, and then I just walk past some guy looking really casual like that and be like,
just one big game. Like, someone is sitting there playing with us, like some adult plaything.
Whoa, no, not like an adult.
No, I don't mean that kind of adult.
I'm not talking about adult playthings with you. I didn't even know they had them here in this century. Or this world. Or wherever the frick we are. Oh, this shortcut to Whiterun was a little bit wetter than I was expecting. Yep, drenched, freezing. Ooh. Cold. Very cold. Cold. You know, the lizard and his mistress went up the mountainside. Yes, I know I'm calling you mistress, but it sounds better than Sophia. The lizard and Sophia. This doesn't work. The lizard and his mistress. The lizard and his mistress went up the mountainside. They found a special dragon there, and from his wisdom they cannot hide. See, I can do this whole bard thing so much better. I should be a bard. If I wasn't on a mission to save the whole planet, I might even go to that bard's college we heard about. You know, I'd show them a sing or two. Plus, I could like be the inventor of whole kinds of musical styles that they've never even heard of. You have to remember, you know, in the vault we had access to everything. We had, hang on, we need to dry off. We had access to.
Need a horse? Talk to my father, Skullbar.
Thank you. I need we had access to rock and roll. We had access to the ooby dooby. We had access to the blues. We had access to, you know, everything. Every kind of music genre. And I bet you could do a mean rock and roll ballad on the lute. I know you don't know what the rock and roll is, and I know it just sounds like I'm rolling stones around, and I know that doesn't sound like music, but trust me. Just trust me. You'd love it. Now, we've got a lot of stuff on us to sell. And Whiterun is not necessarily known for its funds. So, not Whiterun, Winterhold. But. Actually, that's not true. I can sell things to the spell merchants, can't I? Yeah, we're all be good. Right. To infinity and the coach driver. Hi, I'm an intrepid explorer, and I'm not scared of everything, but I'm wet and I don't want to walk.
Where do you want to go?
I would like to go to the College of Winterhold, please. Will you take me there? Oh, for only 50 gold. Well, thank you so much.
Back and we'll be off.
Thank you so much.
Is it me, or are the priests in Skyrim all perverts? I said I had injured my leg, and one of them told me to remove my clothes.
Really?
So he could use his healing hands on me. Needless to say, he needed a bit of healing himself after that.
Yeah, but you take your stuff off just because you want to. And then they took a carriage to the land of Winterhold. They didn't want to walk there because it was really freaking cold. Yep. Hey, there's now a carriage here in Winterhold. Looks like us making the whole land a bit safer and the dragons a bit scarcer and the war a little bit better has led to an improvement in people wanting to travel around Skyrim. Well, boom team, that deserves a white guy high five. Boom! Huh? I know technically I'm a green guy now, but still, principle's the same. Okay, fine, I'll boom this rather scary looking guard instead. Or actually, I'll have a go and chat with my good old friend Burner. Which is an unusual name when you think about it. It's like kind of looking at a child and calling them Bunsen. Hello?
You must be one of those wizards from the college in Winterhold.
I am indeed one of those. I know where the college is in Winterhold. In fact, so do you. You live here. You live here. Right, what have you got for sale?
Some may call this junk. Me, I call them treasures.
Well, I would like to sell you some more treasures, quite frankly. Yes, I would. Here is your first treasure. It is a hooded Tharalmor robe. Here is another treasure. It is a ring of major destruction. And that's all I'll be able to sell her. What have we got that's heavy? A Thalmor shield. Waning magic. Along with the iron helmet of minor archery. It's a catchy name, that, the iron helmet of minor archery. Go for those two. Now, does she have anything that I want? Survivor's Guide to Skyrim. Ho ho! Boy, did I need that the last time I came. Woo-hoo! Other than that... Ooh, a meat pie. Yes, I will partake of a meat pie. Thank you kindly. Come, Sophia, stop staring someone else's dinner, because that's weird. And let us be on our way. They went back to the College of Winterhold, where they were the Archmage. That doesn't really rhyme, but I'd never cared any much anyway. So I'm the Archmage, and they'll do what I say. I realize that rhymed, but that was amazingly incidental. I don't mind if this line does or not, because I'm the one who made it up. Oh, did you see that? The door opened in front of me. I just clicked my fingers, and then boom, didn't even click my fingers. Damn it, I should have clicked my fingers. If it would look cooler if I'd clicked my fingers. Where is, you know, everyone? I was expecting more of a kind of, you know, rapturous welcome, you know, like people being like, oh my god, it's the Archmage, blah, 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 blah. Me being like, you know, hello, yes, bless you, my child, blah, 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 you know, that kind of thing. Well, that idiot's still there, still practicing his flame spells. Seriously, if you're not getting it by now, you're just not cut out to be a wizard, mate. Let's go and see the librarian. And ask him about the Elder Scrolls. Hope he doesn't think it's like an insult. Ah, I'd missed this place. I'd missed the whole university. I did like the library. Smell that, Sophie? Knowledge. Knowledge and orc.
Hey, I heard from the groundskeeper.
Knowledge and orc.
Well, I'm so glad I came all this way in the freezing cold just to visit some town that has collapsed into the sea. Okay, well, I suppose there is the college. And the most important thing of all, somewhere to get a drink.
Well, yes. They're really sensitive about the whole, like, half the city collapsing, so let's not talk about it. Wait.
You're not as dumb as you look.
What? You know what? I'm gonna go speak to someone else. Someone else that isn't a cock. Yeah, I said it, and I can say it because I'm the wizard. Archmage. Ah, damn it, that would have been good if I'd have got that right.
There are few places where one can pursue my type of work without fear of persecution.
That is true. That is true. Now, Do you have any...
Spells and incantations for those with the talent to cast them.
I have so much talent to cast them. You'd be surprised how much talent I have in my little finger. Bound bow, bound cloak, bound cloak, and greater bound cloak. Bound sword, command Daedra. Summoned and raised creatures are put under your control. That's new. This is new. Conjure Dremora Lord. Summons a Dremora Lord. Well, we simply have to have a Dremora Lord. Ooh, and a Storm Atronach. Ooh, and greater reanimation. Ooh, and Haunt. And I keep saying, ooh. Called spirits to hinder and harm the target for 88 seconds. If it dies, they will search for new targets or return to heal the caster. Haunt. That sounds awesome. Well, we're about to get broke, quite frankly. Because I want it all. I want to haunt them. I want to reanimate them. I want to conjure Storm Atronach. What's a conjure shelter? Creates a magic... Creates a magic field with basic provisions that repels cold and rain for 12 hours. Oh my god. It's a magic tent. And now you are mine, magic tent. Storm Atronach. Red Lord. Right, greater cloak. Greater cloak. I do like the whole cloak thing. Magic cloak. Drops in. Go on then, we're getting broke already, so let's just do it. Now let's see if I can flog him some junk in return. Look, I have for you some orc arrows. And I have for you some dwarven arrows. And I have for you some elven arrows. Well, that's not really heavy, is it? What's heavy? I suppose I don't need this sleek fur coat now if I've just conjured myself an actual cloak. Ah! Magic cloak! You can have this cloak. Ta-da! Right, you can also have this Thramwell helmet, because I think you'd look beautiful in it. You cannot have Lydia's circlet. That'll be mine forever. Forever? However, I probably don't need 3 amulets of Talus. That's probably pushing it. Probably. I could probably enchant these to make it more expensive, or just use them to gain cheap thrills from Sophia. Keep everything else. What about valuable things here? Solution of strength. Oh, I did think about maybe health regenerates 50% faster. Doesn't really also that hand. I haven't really used those very much. I don't think I'm likely to use some of these, so let's give them a little bit of selling. Is there anything I've got a ridiculous amount of as well? Potion of plentiful healing. Wow, I have a lot of potions. It's no wonder I can't carry any stuff. Right, okay, let's just get rid of stuff that I'm never ever going to use. I'm unlikely to regenerate magicka, because I have so much magicka. I might use that. I don't think I'm going to use that. One-handed weapons, I could potentially use that. I don't have a stamina issue. Haggling a thing, yes, possibly. Curing all diseases, yes, let's keep that just in case we get completely murdered by rats again, because that upset me. Not going to use that. I've got muffle, so I don't need that. Not going to use that. Skirmishes, no, I'm not using light armor. I don't think I'm going to use a blacksmith potion, but let's keep it just in case. Conjuration potions, maybe. Unlikely though. That's probably going to go. Weak poison. That can go. Potion of stamina, no. Potion of the defender. I don't block. I take the blows to the face and then go ow afterwards. That's what I do. There's my cliff racer, which I'm going to try and get someone drunk with later on. I mean, did I say that out loud? Still don't have issues with steps. Sold the wrong thing. Never mind. Skooma. I didn't know I had the skooma. I didn't know where I picked up the skooma. I do not remember picking up the skooma. I have skoomed when I should have shoomed. Carrying... Wow, I'm carrying a lot of cheese. I mean, a serious amount of cheese. I'm going to get myself really blocked up if I carry all that stuff. Right, we'll get ourselves down to 2 and all of these. Blah, blah, blah. Let's sell him my things that I don't understand. I don't know really why I even keep 2. I just do it because I believe it's the thing to do. The thing to do. The thing to do. The dum-de-dum-de-dum-de-dum thing to do. Good. Alright, what have I read? Women, history, culture, how am I going to no, keep that one. We need to read some of these. Right, I no longer need the Thalmir, Dossier, and Delphine, but I should probably keep her safe by not, you know, giving away all those secrets. Have a dragon scale. You look like a man that likes a dragon scale. So do I not need my small fur tent anymore? This is quite exciting if I don't need my small fur tent. Right, let's see if that is that. Right, Orky Boy. I can call you Orky Boy now because, you know, I'm the Archmage. Could you stand closer to the thing? I can't actually see. Hello.
Archmage or not, my rules about books still stand.
Alright, alright, agreed. I'm not trying to diss your bookish fetish. But I am looking for an Elder Scroll.
And what do you plan to do with it? Do you even know what you're asking about? Or are you just someone's errand boy?
I'll be honest, I don't know a lot about them. So, fine. Tell me more about the Elder Scrolls. I know there's something to do with time, and something to do with the battle, the original battle with Alduin.
I knew it. Everyone comes in here expecting my help, but they don't even have the proper questions. An Elder Scroll is an instrument of immense knowledge and power. To read an Elder Scroll, a person must have the most rigorously trained mind, or else risk madness. Even so, the Divines usually take the reader's sight as a price.
Price for what?
The simplest way to put it is knowledge, but there's nothing simple about an Elder Scroll. It's a reflection of all possible futures and all possible pasts. Each reader sees different reflections through different lenses and may come away with a different reading. But at the same time, all of it is true, even the falsehoods, especially the falsehoods.
What? So I could read it and see a different past to Sophie reading it and seeing the past, and both of those paths would be true. And both of those paths would be false, but the falsehoods would be especially true. That's wibbly-wobbly, upsy-dupsy, libbity-lobbity, all sorts of stuff, you know? So, where do they come from? Are they actual physical scrolls, you know, written on pieces of parchment or something like that?
It would take a month to explain to you how that very question doesn't even make sense. The scrolls exist here, with us, but also beyond and beneath, before and after. They are bits of divine-made substance, so we could know them. Sorry, talking about the scrolls, you usually end up in irritating and vague metaphors like that. Some people who study them devoutly go mad.
I'm not surprised. Okay, well, let's cut to the chase. I need one. There's a threat threatening all of Skyrim, which I'm sure you know about. You probably read about it in half your books. And we think, me and someone who I'm not going to tell you about, because it's embarrassing and probably would, again, set up an alternative future that we don't want to talk about, really could use one. So do you have one that I can use? Is there one in the library?
You think that even if I did have one here, I would let you see it? It would be kept under the highest security. The greatest thief in the world wouldn't be able to lay a finger on it.
Well, what about the Dragonborn? I mean, come on, I'm not just any old wizard. I'm the Archmage, and I'm not just any old Archmage. I'm the Dragonborn Archmage.
What about... Wait. Are you... Were you the one the Greybeards were calling? I'll bring everything we have on them. But it's not much. So don't get your hopes up. It's mostly lies, leavened with rumor and conjecture.
Alright. Okay, go get it.
Fight well.
You know, that was...
Here you go.
Weird, I was
Try not to
actually...
spill anything on them.
There are few places where one can pursue my type of work without fear of persecution.
Could you piss off?
You've been spending a fair bit of time with Sergius lately, I see.
What? Why the audacity? How dare you imply such a thing?
Calm down. Why are you overreacting?
Hang on, that's...
I'm going to ask if the two of you...
Ancano is exactly why we're so restrictive about access to the college. We'd all have...
No. No, I wasn't you. I thought you were the destruction mage. Get off my book.
Sorry, yes.
Ruminations on the Elder Scrolls by Septimus Cygnus, College of Winterhold. Septimus Cygnus? I don't think I've come across it. Imagine living beneath the waves with a strong-sighted blessing of the most excellent fabric. Holding the fabric over your gills, you would begin to breathe, drink its warp and its weft. Through the plant matter fibers imbue your soul. The wretched plankton would pollute the cloth until it stank to heavens of prophecy. This is one manner in which the scrolls first come to pass. But are we at sea, or the breather, or the fabric? Or are we the breath itself? Can we flow through the scrolls as knowledge flows through, being the water? Or are we the stuck morass of the sea filth that gathers on the edge? Imagine again this time, but different. A bird cresting the wind is lifted by a gust and downed by a stone, but the stone can come from above if the bird is upside down. When then did the gust come from, and which direction? Did the god send either, or has the bird decreed their presence by her own mind-making? The old sight of the scrolls makes a turning of the mind that such relative positions are absolute in the primacy, and I ask you again to imagine for me. This time you are beneath the ground. A tiny acorn planted by some well-meaning elf maiden in the woodlands for her pleasure. You wish to grow, but fear what you may become. So you push off the water, the dirt, the sun, to stay in your hole. But is it in the very pushing that you become a tree in spite of yourself? How did that happen? The acorn is a kind of tree egg in this instant, and the knowledge is water and sun. We are the chicken inside the egg, but also the dirt. The knowledge from the scrolls is what we push against to become full-sighted ourselves. One final imagining before your mind closes from the shock of ever knowing. You are now a flame burning bright blue within a vast emptiness. In time you see your brothers and sisters, burning of their own distance, and along your side, a sea of pinpoints, a constellation of memories. Each burns bright, then flickers. Then two more take its place, but not forever, lest the void fills with the rancid light that sucks be the thought. Each of our minds is actually the emptiness, and the learnings of the scrolls are the pinpoints. Without their stabbing light, my consciousness would be as vast nothingness, unknowing its emptiness, and a void is unknowing of itself. But the burnings are dangerous, and must be carefully tended and minded and brought to themselves and spread to their siblings.
Have been working on something together.
This is why I avoid being social.
I didn't understand any of that. Sophia, did you understand it? No, you've just sat down over there to eat some bread. No, fair enough. No, I didn't get that one either. Okay, the effects of the Elder Scrolls. The effects of the Elder Scrolls. It is widely known amongst scholars that the Elder Scrolls entail a certain hazard in their reading. The mechanism of the habits is largely at present largely unknown. Theories of hidden knowledge, yada yada yada. I, Justinus Problenius, has undertaken to thoroughly document the ailments affected by the Elder Scrolls on their readers. And although a unified theory of how they manifest continues to elude me and remains a subject for future study, I have grouped the effects into 4. Okay, first effect, group the first. Someone has no training, no property. Okay, so different people that read the scrolls will see and read different things. Group the second, the unguarded intellect. They have not got enough discipline to understand it. Group the third, meditated understanding. Group the fourth? Where's group the fourth? Illuminated understanding. The ancestor moth for each monk the reading becomes. Okay, I don't get it. Like, none of this helps me find one. I get that this tells me about them.
Master
Archmage or not, my rules about books still stand.
Sure. The second book I read made sense in that I get that different people get different things when they read it. But the one about the moths and the acorns, it's incomprehensible.
Aye, that's the work of Septimus Cygnus. He's the world's master of the nature of Elder Scrolls. But, well, he's been gone for a long while. Too long.
You mean You mean he's dead?
Oh no, I hope not. But even I haven't seen him in years. And we were close. Became obsessed with the Dwemer. Took off north saying he had found some old artifact. Haven't seen him since. Somewhere in the ice fields, if you want to try to find him.
He seemed pleased to see us. It's rare to find someone so jolly in Skyrim. Anyways, let's go and find this Septimus guy. If his book is anything to go by, then this should be interesting.